Today I'm at the Durham Farmers Market in North Carolina speaking with Normia, a healer on a spiritual journey who responded like this when I described the plight of animals.
Oh boy.
Awesome.
Whew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alive on day one.
Yes, I have to marinate.
So will Normia continue to uphold speciesism, or will she recognize non-human animals for what they are? Someone, not something. It's okay to kill or enslave someone as long as they have a low IQ or like a cognitive impairment.
Oh, not okay.
Okay, not okay.
No, not at all. Not okay.
And I guess why is that not okay?
Oh, no, it's inhumane. It's completely inhumane. I'm a humanitarian.
And what's sort of your definition of enslavement? What does that mean to you?
Any sort of bondage by way of there being control, another entity controlling another. I would have to say.
So one entity controlling another, I assume kind of against their will in some way.
Yes.
Okay. So that could cover a wide range of things. Awesome. Okay, so same two questions. Would either of those things be okay if you were in a position of power over another? Would that make it okay?
Still very not okay.
Not okay.
Not okay.
Okay. What if that individual couldn't speak your language, or they had a hard time learning your language? Would that be okay?
Oh, that just compounds the situation. That's just exploitation.
Okay. Exploitation makes it
Yeah.
even worse. Yeah, that's a good word, exploitation. What if we were sailing around and we found an island of Neanderthals? Would it be okay to do that to them since they aren't humans? To enslave and kill them?
I would still say no. Yeah, I would still say no.
That doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't, yeah.
And sort of, I guess how bad are enslaving and killing? On a scale of are they a little bad? Are they medium bad? Are they very bad? How do you view those things?
I think it's abominable.
Abominable. Ooh, good word. Yeah, abominable. Okay, I think it's a really good word. All right, so that's just the first little set of questions we have just to make sure you're not a psychopath or anything. So you're feeling good so far?
I am.
Okay, the questions might get a little harder. So do you eat chickens, pigs, fish, cow's milk, chicken eggs, wear leather, anything like that?
Oh boy, I do.
You do.
I do.
Do you think in order to get those on your plate or to your fashion store on your body, do you think there's any sort of enslavement or killing that happens to those animals typically?
That's you know what that's good food for thought. I'd have to say. So from what I understand, there are humane practices and there are inhumane practices, depending. Yes. Mm-hmm.
In order to get a pig onto your plate, though, because we weren't exactly talking humane yet. We were just talking killing and enslavement. Do you think they have to be killed?
Yes.
And do you think they're typically enslaved by your definition?
Okay. Well, truthfully, yes. I would say.
And do you kind of know anything about what happens to them? Because you kind of said humane and inhumane, a pig. Do you know what happens to a pig?
I don't know what that process entails, but I know that yes, they have to be slaughtered.
Yeah. Can I show you a quick 1 minute video of what happens in the pig industry?
Sure.
Do you want to hold this for me real quick and be my audio person? I would appreciate that very much.
God.
I know, it's shocking. The first time I saw this, I was floored.
So they're suffocating?
Yeah, they're suffocating in the gas chamber. So it's a high CO2, so it doesn't just suffocate them, it actually causes burning in their eyes, nose, and throat where all their soft tissue is. It's kind of if you ever drink if you ever drink soda too fast and it burns, it's like that, but a lot worse. Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's really bad. So before we
Ooh.
I know, that's right. I know, that's just a minute of it.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for holding that for me,
No
by the way.
problem.
So before we talk about anything about that, how are you feeling? Are you feeling happiness, sadness, disgust, elation? What sort of feelings are going through your body as you're watching that?
My goodness. Appalled? Yeah, it was pretty astonishing. I'm like, wow, all of that.
Yeah.
So it's not just the bow and arrow. It's not that simple. Wow.
In fact, there's even some stuff I left out, because it's really gruesome, but they will actually cut their testicles out while they're fully conscious. And do you know why they would do that?
Why would they do that? Why?
So because we control their breeding, so we say when they can breed, when they can't, and also it changes the taste. So because it doesn't quite taste as good, we cut their testicles off without any painkillers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So did you know any of that before? Have you?
No. Yeah. I'm like, can you send me that? I need to share that video with some people.
I definitely can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we kind of talked about before these things that are really bad, right? Like enslavement and killing. And so let's imagine that didn't even happen, right? Let's imagine they had a nice life. Would it still be okay to enslave them and kill them for like our taste pleasure.
I guess with that being said, no.
And I just want to point out too, like, I'm not here to judge people. I was not vegan for most of my life. I didn't know most of these things. And so, like, yeah, that's just kind of why I'm out here. Do you think, sort of after seeing that, do you think that cutting out, that exploitation of animals, like cutting those things out from your life, do you think that's something you could do?
It would be, it would be an adjustment to switch to strictly plant-based. Like truly plant-based. So, but it's something that I would like to. It's good food for thought. I'm a thinker, so.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely gotta sort of think about some of this stuff and consider it for sure. But yeah, like, what do you think would be stopping you? Because maybe I can like help you with certain things. Like, what's like you're about to do this? You're at the grocery store and you can sort of reach for the cow's milk, or you can reach for the soy milk. What's gonna prevent you from reaching for that soy milk?
Well, I mean, it's just conditioning. The animal protein. I'm not really supposed to have much of it, like animal. No, I mean, I'm a type A, so I'm supposed to be primarily plant-based. I tolerate less flesh than not.
Maybe it might be easier for you.
I mean, it would. There's some things I would miss. I mean, I would, like it's more the texture than anything, like the texture of a burger. I know they can make just about anything taste like something else. But yeah, so that would be, it's the protein, the animal protein. So.
And that's something I was worried about too, because before I started, I was like, oh man, the texture, the taste, am I going to be able to like find those and replicate them? And I'll tell you, there's a bunch of like wonderful products out there that you can find. And even too, like, it kind of opens up more avenues for you for things that you've never tried, even like more plant-based options. And so it can actually be pretty exciting. But yeah, they've got tons of stuff now, which makes it really easy. But I'll ask you a little bit of a harder question then. Would you say, because you kind of said maybe the texture or taste or something, do you think like having a slightly different texture of food, do you think that's worth putting the pigs through what you just saw?
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, if I had to, like I said, if I just wanted that, say hypothetically, if I were to go vegan, I'm like, oh, I want a burger, like that. I've had to cut out quite a bit out of my diet by default, because I have sensitivities to this, to that, gluten, things of that nature. So I really have to. I'm very cognizant about what I ingest. It's just the animal product. Like every now and then, I just want some eggs, like eggs in particular. I have a friend, she has chickens, and laying and something like that. So
yeah, and I understand that for sure. And yeah, I do want to. I also try to make the point different because I always say pigs, but yeah, we're talking about like sort of all exploitation of animals. That includes like mother cows and chickens as well. That egg-laying chickens are different than like the chickens that we chop up for their meat. Yeah, so they're two different breeds actually. A lot of people don't know this. So when you breed egg-laying hens, half are male and half are female. And so the males can't lay eggs. So what do you think happens to the males?
Don't tell me they slaughter the males.
Yeah, so first day, as they're chicks, they're typically put on a conveyor belt, and then they're dropped into what's called a macerator, which is essentially a giant blender. It's just giant blades, so they just drop in and just get shredded alive on day one. There's other things that sometimes they'll suffocate them in a bag or things like that, but that's typically what happens. So even in the egg industry, there's death there. And then the egg-laying chickens, what do you think happens when their egg production starts to decline and they're no longer useful to us?
Okay.
Yeah.
The same.
So, yeah, the thing that I'm out here trying to like communicate to people is that what I'm describing is symptoms. The gas chamber, the blender, these are symptoms, right, of a deeper disease. And that disease that we have is objectifying others, basically. Commodifying animals, exploiting them, like you said, and abominable, right? Like I think abominable exploitation is a perfect description of what we do to animals. And so when we see someone as something, the same stuff always happens. If you think back through history, every time we said, oh, that's someone, there is something. Every time we did that, those people got f***ed. And I think we're doing the same thing to animals now. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yes, I have to marinate. Wow, like I said, This has been an enlightening couple of days that I've had, just in different respects.
This wasn't the first enlightening thing to happen.
No. Just a different subject, but just things that you don't necessarily think about and entertain.
Yeah.
So
Maybe the universe is trying to tell you something this week.
Maybe. I mean, I am on this spiritual journey, so
Okay.
I mean, I have the discipline enough where I could do it.
Yeah.
Because I want pizza, I want pasta, I want these things. I work in kitchens, so I see all these things that I can't have. Well, I could have it, but I don't want to pay for it.
If I had a resource I could give you, would you be interested in a resource to review? Do you have your phone? Yes. Just a little thing you scan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me just say one more thing to you. Oh yeah, thank you for being such a good conversation partner. This might sound a little rough, but I just like to leave people with this to like let it really land. As long as you continue to pay for this, like as long as you continue to pay for like pigs' body parts or the secretions of chickens, the thing in that video is going to continue to happen.
Okay.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you want to help me make this my full-time career, check out the Patreon in the description. And shout out to Ryan O'Neill, Tom Eisenbeiss, NetBase News, Monstar, David Yastrzemski, and Maxwell Edison.